This should probably go without saying, but Bill Gates did not create the coronavirus that causes COVID-19, nor did he engineer a pandemic in order to depopulate the world. And yet, conspiracy theories saying just this are everywhere on social media, not just in the United States, but around the world on a variety of platforms. Here, Forbes contributor Bruce Y. Lee, who's a healthcare researcher studying this and previous pandemics, talks about these conspiracy theories, why they're so dangerous, and why people believe them.
If you look at this pandemic, you've got the virus spreading, but what's actually been spreading in some ways much faster than the virus itself has been these conspiracy theories. It's good to have theories. Like, you don't want to sit there and say, I accept the world as it is, I'm not questioning, I will do whatever I'm told. But you have to go through the steps. You've got to say, okay, let's test it first, and then let's see what evidence, and let's be very transparent. Let's be open about what the limitations are. And some of the theories and some of the questions, people questioning things and suspecting quote unquote conspiracies with things have actually turned out to be correct. There was the concern for a while that tobacco companies were covering up the risks of smoking. And eventually there was studies which showed, yes, there was knowledge that smoking can lead to cancer. The problem with the conspiracy theories is they'll advance the theory without the evidence. They won't say, okay, this is the evidence that I came up with. This is actually the weakness with this theory, the limitations. Instead, you hear, this is what happens, trust us. Or there's no mention of like, oh, we may be wrong. Or there's no mention of, okay, these are the limitations of the theory. That's how you really distinguish between a conspiracy theory and a theory. But the risk with these conspiracy theories is they can distract and they can pull attention away and they can waste time from actually providing solutions. So people talking about like these conspiracy theories about the origin of the virus, when we actually really need to focus more time and energy in coming up with solutions. You know, even if you were to prove a conspiracy theory to be correct, like how does that change the actual situation right now? Like how does that change the fact that this virus is circulating and that we don't have a vaccine for it and that we don't have a specific treatment for it? It would be equivalent to like, say we were playing in like a basketball game and we're behind, we need to score. And someone's saying, hey, you know that basketball looks like it's from Mars. Maybe we should investigate the basketball being from Mars. You'd be like, dude, we need to score, okay? We need to catch up. It's the same situation here. Conspiracy theories can actually stigmatize certain groups of people and certain individuals and bring on negative stereotypes that are not warranted. So accusing particular groups of people or particular individuals for this pandemic when there's no real scientific evidence can raise the ugly specter of bigotry and racism, or try to decrease people's trust in certain groups like the medical profession or scientists. And then people then come up with these very grand statements like saying, I don't trust the media. Well, the media is not like one big, large clump of people. The media actually, there's many different types of media. There's many different reporters, etc. But like you'll see that people start thinking completely binary. Like, okay, I can't trust anyone. I can't trust the government. I can't trust anyone with two legs. Then, you know, where are we left? We're left in a situation where everyone's paralyzed because they don't know what to do. So those are the dangers of these conspiracy theories, and they're real dangers. But the challenge is some of these conspiracy theories are being very aggressively spread by things like bots. They're very well orchestrated. Maybe the social media platforms, you know, should they have a role in terms of regulating what is actually just chatter and talking and what is actually deliberate attempts at propaganda that's not justified by science. It's no longer a free speech issue. It's actually, what do you do about people who are actually trying to deliberately spread things? Setting up situations where you can identify these possibilities may be reasonable, because again, you're not just talking about individual people talking or wondering or musing, you're talking about actual deliberate attempts to use these platforms.